A Florida woman calls 911 as she tries to get laid, and a Florida man blames the guns in his car on John Wick. And Florida offers drive-thru botox to quarantine residents, and a naked Florida man terrorizes a family. These are the weird stories for Friday, and they're all out of Florida because it's Florida Fridays. The weekend's here, guys, my fellow weirdos. The day you've all been waiting for. Friday. All the weird stories from the week out of Florida, our favorite degenerate state. This is Weird AF News. I am your host, Jonesy. This is the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian and the only weird news podcast that does Florida Friday. Let's get into it, my friends.
Those bizarre stories you hear about all the time that seem to only happen here in Florida.
I know, right?
Can't make this stuff up. It is just one of the many wacky news stories out of Florida.
Why does the Sunshine State consistently produce such strange news?
But what accounts for all this bizarre news? Is it the weather? Is it the people?
Florida is full of the crazy stories.
A Florida woman calls 911 in order to get laid. Maria Montanez Colon, age 58, you little cougar. Maria. She called 911 and has been charged with the misuse of this telephone number. She stated that her late husband's car was stolen. Also said that her husband used to be an official with the New York Police Department. But when the Punta Gorda, Florida Police Department officer arrived at her home, she allegedly wanted something completely different. Maria, allegedly drunk when the officer named Justin DeVoult arrived, quickly began making sexual, suggestive comments to Justin. "You're so sexy," she allegedly said, and asked the policeman if he was married. She also allegedly told him that she had not had sexual intercourse in years and, quote, "I am so horny." Well, listen, Maria, we're all horny, okay? We're in a lockdown. A lot of us aren't having sex these days. You can't just call 911 to get laid, though. I mean, it's a pretty brilliant plan, though. It surely is. It surely is. And I would bet you 1 out of 10 times this will work. It will. You know, you catch the officer in the right mood. I don't know. Maybe cook him lunch first, though. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not reading, according to the police report, there's no wine involved. You got to wine and dine these officers a little bit, right? Give a little effort. Justin wrote in his statement, "I asked her what I could help her with, and she stated, 'You can F me.'" Yeah. "Do you need some help with something, Maria?" "Oh, surely you could help me. You could just bend me over, Officer Justin." She allegedly then held the policeman's arm and tried to rub her hands across his chest. When he said that her actions were inappropriate, she allegedly replied, "I know. I'm bad." "I'm so bad, officer. Is this illegal?" The officer gave Maria his business card and advised her to call the police department through a non-emergency phone number, which are for non-emergencies in the future. And then he left. Well, you know, you could have probably brought her in, or, I mean, this was pretty nice of you not to file a report initially at all, I think. Just like, hey, let me just deal with the situation. This is a good instance where, you know, police officers, they are allowed to use their discretion, you know, feel out the situation and bring some reason. And they can decide whether or not they want to make this a thing, you know. He obviously saw that she was wasted and she's probably very lonely and felt bad for her, and, you know. But then she took that business card and called the phone number a second time and requested a new officer. This is the best part. She said the last police officer annoyed her and she would like to see another one, please. with a more chiseled chest, if you don't mind. Ooh, but Maria's plan failed because Justin returned with another officer and asked her why she used the number for a second time after being warned. Her reply was, I don't know any other way to have sex with you." But I thought you didn't like him. You wanted another one. This time she was arrested and charged. Oh, the poor lady. I mean, look, we're all lonely these days, right? We're isolated. It's rough, man. And she has a late husband, so she's a widow. And it's just tough stuff these days. Tough stuff these days, you know? She's 58 years old. I mean, The dating apps for a person over 50, that's just got to be tough sailing right there, you know? I mean, what do you do over 50 to get laid? I don't know. Anybody out there over 50, like, how do you get laid, like, casually? Like, how does this work? How do you date, even? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't have to be all about the sex. How do you even date over 50? It's just got to be such a struggle. I feel so bad. I mean, if I was as desperate as Maria and I'm wasted, maybe I'll call the fire department. Maybe I'll just light some shit on fire and just hope that some sexy lady firewoman shows up, you know? I don't know. And be like, hey, I can contribute a hose to this situation. Forgive me, I'm wasted. That was a terrible joke. A Florida man blames John Wick for the guns found inside his car. Port St. Lucie, Florida. This is definitely not a common excuse. A Florida man told the police that the guns in his car belonged to John Wick. If you guys don't know who John Wick is, he's the Keanu Reeves character in the movie John Wick. And they kill his dog in the first movie. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but he goes on a rampage for some thugs who broke into his home and robbed him and killed his dog. And he then proceeds to kill a lot of people over the span of, 3 movies? Who's this guy who claims the guns were belonging to John Wick? Who's this brilliant Florida man who came up with this excuse? You expect the police to believe this? His name is Getro Gellin. That's an amazing name. Getro was being investigated for domestic violence after a woman told the police that Getro threatened her with a gun. The police searched his Porsche. Woo! Riding a Porsche, Getro. They found a handgun, semi-automatic rifle, and a bulletproof vest. Such an arsenal would have fit right into one of the films that star Keanu Reeves. The officers asked Getro Gellin why the guns were in his car. But Getro was light years ahead of them with his excuse. He told the police that he'd recently sold the car to his cousin John Wick. What? After the officers called his obvious bluff, Getro Gellin admitted that he did not actually have a cousin named John Wick. I mean, all right, you're right. They do still belong to John Wick, but it's just I don't have a cousin named John Wick. Wow. Of course, Getro Gellin was arrested and charged. This is a poor excuse that your guns belong to a fictitious character. I don't know why you would come up with such a thing. I want to know what Getro Gellin was on at the time he was questioned. We found a case full of nunchucks that he claims belonged to Bruce Lee. I mean, what do you... Yeah, you're out of your mind, Getro. A more appropriate response to being questioned about the guns in your trunk is to just start running away, even, than this. Ay-ya.
It's Florida Friday, only on Weird AF News.
Florida offers drive-thru botox to the quarantined residents. First of all, nobody in Florida is really quarantined, right? Everybody's going out as far as I can see. I'd imagine the plastic surgery places are open. The nail salons are open. It's Florida. No one gives a damn. This is in Miami. Quarantined Florida residents worried about their crow's feet need frown no longer. Botox is back, and it's being offered at a drive-thru. Michael Salzhauer, a plastic surgeon known as Dr. Miami. Dr. Miami. Wow. What a piece of crap this guy is, I'll bet. He applies Botox to a patient while conducting drive-thru Botox injections in the garage of his clinic. Oh, I'm sure this is very sanitary and safe. As Miami-Dade County eases some of the lockdown measures put in place during the coronavirus disease outbreak in Miami. On May 4th, the U.S. state allowed a partial relaxing of restrictions imposed to slow the coronavirus pandemic. That means certain elective medical procedures could resume, including Botox injections and cosmetic surgeries. You know, because that stuff is just totally essential. Michael Salzhauer, a plastic surgeon known as Dr. Miami, who has also starred in a reality TV show. Of course you have Michael Salzhauer. He's in a reality TV show. He's been conducting drive-thru Botox injections in his garage. Your garage, dude? Seriously? This guy's probably got so much money, you don't have to do it in the garage, man. Salzhauer said the idea struck him as he was sitting in his car waiting for a blood test for COVID-19. Here's a quote from this idiot. The areas that we inject Botox are the upper face, exactly the parts of the face that aren't covered by the mask, so it's really ideal. Oh, great. Because it's not covered with a mask, that doesn't mean you can just carte blanche in the areas that aren't covered with the mask, I guess. Patients sign up online, paying an average of $600 each for a stipling of shots across their foreheads. Guys, don't go to this Dr. Miami. Don't give this guy your business. $600 for him to do it in a garage. They interviewed somebody who got this done. Someone named Arman. Of course, your name is Arman, and you're into Botox. Age 36. Enthusiastic as he waited in line with his wife. Dude, you're a 36-year-old guy getting Botox? Come on, man. Wait a minute. He waited in line with his wife in their car, although it was their first time receiving the injections. Both of you got them? Is this a thing now? Couples going to get Botox through a drive-thru? It's very creative, and after seeing how they're running it, I feel just as comfortable as I would in the doctor's office. Really? You're getting Botox, needles in your forehead in a drive-thru through a garage, and you feel just as comfortable as in a doctor's office? Why are you lying, Arman? Why? But apparently, this article says, Florida's tattoo artists are still not open. Why? That makes no sense at all. Botox, but no tattoos? I don't understand it. Florida, you just blow my mind. You blow my mind. Didn't I blow your mind this time? Didn't I? Yes, you did, Florida. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. A naked Florida man. Aren't you always afraid when the article begins with a naked Florida man? You're like, oh no, what could it be? It could be anything. It's a naked Florida man. Who knows? Insert any activity and I wouldn't be surprised. A naked Florida man. He tackled a man by jumping off a roof on top of him Monday evening, and the scene got very bizarre from there. A North Fort Myers resident was leaped on by a naked man who was on his roof. Deputies were called to the Bay Shore Road address around 7 p.m. to deal with this naked man, 21-year-old Gregory Matthew Bruni of Venice. The resident said he was lying in bed when he and his wife heard what sounded like thunder. The man went outside and saw this guy Bruni running around on the roof. Then Bruni jumped off and on top of him, hitting him in the shoulder, knocking him down to the ground. Deputies say that Bruni then ran into the house. Now, he's naked throughout all this. He ran into the house. He pulled a big screen TV off the stand. And then he emptied the contents of a vacuum cleaner onto the floor. Strange behavior from a naked man, right? Bruni then headed toward the couple's son's bedroom. Whoa. Where several guns were stored. Wait a minute. Why are your guns in your son's bedroom? And why are there several guns in the son's bedroom? That seems strange. Why don't you keep them in the guns in your own bedroom, couple? Well, anyways, that was when the man's wife fired 3 warning shots from a .38 revolver. Wow, she took control of the situation. You're not going to run naked through my house, pal. Did you just empty the vacuum on the rug? I just cleaned up in here, naked man. The arrest report says that Bruni fell to the floor upon receiving the warning shots, fell to the floor, and then began pleasuring himself. Interesting. I know when I get fired at it, the first thing I want to do is just, touch myself. It turns me on. There's a lot of fetishes out there, guys. Apparently there's warning shot fetishes. This guy should join the military. He then got up off the ground after pleasuring himself and ran into the son's bedroom and began rubbing clothing on his face. The son's clothing? Unbelievable. Then the wife got out the shotgun. Ooh, she brought the big guns to the scene. She said, that .38 ain't going to do it. I'm going to get the shotgun. And then she held Bruni until the deputies arrived. Wow, fascinating. This is one of those instances where you're like, okay, guns are okay in the home to protect yourself, but why? I'm still confused why they're in the kids' bedroom. Can we like put them in a better spot, please, family? If you're listening, I don't think they are ever. They cleared the home and they tried to detain this guy when the police arrived. They described him as flailing his arms and legs and talking, but not making much sense. He tried to flee, and they had to use a taser to subdue him. He was taken to the hospital, and the doctors told the deputies that they just couldn't identify the substance that he was on during this incident. Please identify it. Please. The weekend's almost here. I want to experiment with a substance that when you rub clothing all over your face that isn't yours, it feels like ecstasy. That's what I want. I want that experience. I want to be on something where emptying a vacuum cleaner is like the best time of your life on a Friday. That's what I want. Can somebody tell me, please? Can I get a dose of Florida up in here? If you like podcasts, check out Spotify. You can listen to all your favorite artists and podcasts in one place for free. You don't even need a premium account. Spotify has a huge selection of podcasts on every topic, including this one that you're listening to right now. And you can easily share what you're listening to with friends on Instagram as well. So download the Spotify app, search for your favorite podcast, and also make sure to follow Weird AF News and never miss an episode. Yes, download Spotify and make your life easier. What's up, weirdos? I just thought I would bring you some highly caffeinated beatbox sounds from the side of my mouth. I'm excited that the weekend is upon us. I'll be working. I got this job now. I can't do it. Yeah, we're making the best. Recording this in a closet, by the way, and I'm gonna make a video today showing the my recording space, and I'm gonna put it up on the Patreon. Yeah, so you guys can see where it all goes down, where the magic happens, baby. You'll also get to see the contents of my closet. I don't know if that'll impress you, but probably not. But maybe you're bored. I don't know what you're going through. You in a lockdown still? Call me. Let me know. I want to hear from you. I want to thank everybody who sent me Florida Friday episodes. I appreciate that. They keep flying in as the weekend gets here, and it's very helpful. Big shout out to everybody who's been reaching out to me to make sure I'm healthy and safe. I appreciate that as well. I hope that you are in turn healthy and safe with your family. We're opening up the country little by little these days, and although you're going to feel the urge to get out and have a good old time and socialize, please be careful. Please wear a mask, please. I went to a bar because I did a comedy show, and I was very shocked to see no one wearing masks, except for the waiter. I was very blown away by this. Okay, guys, it's go out, be careful, please, be careful. Still, if you don't know an individual, okay, don't hug them. Don't be like, hey, what's up, bring it in. Still maintain some distance, wear a mask. Please, please, for the sake of this country. The cases are not going down, and I'm alarmed. All right? Okay, good. All right, enough of that. I feel like I love you, and I care about you, okay? This is what I'm saying. Please subscribe to the show if you haven't already. Please tell a friend. Tell a friend that not only does Jonesy deliver some weird news throughout the week, but he gives a damn about our health and our safety. How about that? Any other? Hey, you listen to NPR, you think they're giving a shit about your life? No. I'm giving a shit about your life, you weirdo. Please tell a friend about the show, and that it's a nice welcome to mainstream media, which this week has been pretty nuts and depressing. So very alarming. I know because I was paying attention. I was wondering what the smell of smoke was. I had to look it up. What is that? What's going on? Yes. So it's been a rough week. I hope I can bring you some laughter and some distraction from the crazy world that's going on now. Someone told me there's mosquitoes are carrying West Nile and they're back. There's an oil spill in the Arctic. What is going on? That's mainstream news. It's bringing you down. Weird AF News. We're trying to bring you up here. For instance, today you can listen to the stories and say, hey, at least I don't live in Florida where naked men jump on my back and then they ruin my vacuum cleaner. Life can be rough. You know what I'm saying? At least you're not in that position, that predicament. Or maybe you are. If you are, call the show. I want to offer you relief. Please. Did you see a naked Florida man? Run the other way. That's how you do it. Follow me on the Instagram, guys. It's at Funny Jones. On Twitter, at Funny Jones. On Facebook, it's Comedian Jonesy. My email is funnyjones@gmail.com. And the phone number is 646-450-2012. Big shout out to the angry Florida man who called in, and hopefully will call in over the weekend as well. And then did I mention the Patreon? It's patreon.com/weirdafnews. Yeah, join. You can get the bonus episode. or like Ashley did, you can download my comedy album for free. It's on the Patreon, a free comedy album. That's a $10 value, by the way. Well, I don't really know if that's the value of that comedy album, to be honest with you. It's probably really worth like $5, but it is a year old after all. No, but seriously, you get the free album download on there and the bonus episodes. And like I said, I'm going to upload a video of my recording space so you can laugh at me. Why not just laugh at me and my life, guys? Just do it. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Regardless, I love you all and I appreciate your loyal listenership. I don't know if that's a word. Sounds like a word to me. And keep that going. And I hope you have a great weekend. And we'll see you on Monday.
Oh, Jonesy. This one time, man, I was standing in a line at the Busch Gardens, man. I got hit with a pickle. Licking toads, getting hit with pickles. And ain't one of these stories from Florida? I bet you look in the index and the police logs, man, you find a guy get hit in the head with a what the hell? Oh man, I can't even complain. This ain't even about Florida.